Okay, so today in Ultimate Team, EA have dropped a foot freeze Roberto Firmino, and in this video today we are of course going to review him. If you need to get your hands on some coins to improve your Ultimate Team, then check out the link in the description, igvault.com, and if you use the code Kieron at checkout, you'll get yourself a pretty nice discount. So, this is the card. As you can see, it's been given a massive boost in the defensive department, and ultimately, he's gone from being, an attacking mid / centre forward to a CDM card, but with a Hunter Kemp style, I think he will make a really good centre mid, and that's probably how we're going to use him today. Now, to get this guy, it's going to cost quite a bit. You've got an 88 rated team. Wow, do you get a good pack? Not really, to be honest. An 86 rated team, two 86 rated teams, and an 85 and an 84. So this guy certainly does not come cheap, and we'll speak about his value for money later on in the video. Okay, so loan acquired. This is the team we're going to be using him in. We're going to start in the 4-4-2, and we might move him around depending on how we are feeling. So yeah, let's have a look at this card, shall we? 5-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, high work rates. Pretty nice for a centre mid, and let's actually jump over to Footbin to do a comparison before we talk about the stats. Here is Firmino's card compared to his latest inform. As you can see, that boost in defending is absolutely massive, and hopefully in game will be pretty useful. Now, one of the main reasons I wanted to come onto Footbin was to check how chem styles affect this card. Basic chem style actually gives this guy a 92 rating in midfield, which is pretty mad. He's a 93 rated centre mid with Maestro, and he's actually a 92 rated centre back with Anchor, which is pretty interesting. But as I say, I think we're going to go with a Hunter Kemp style on him. I know it doesn't give him the best in-game rating overall, but in terms of all well-roundedness in-game, it gives him a nice boost in the pace and shooting department. So Hunter Kemp style will be the one for me. What Kemp style would you guys use? Let me know in the comments. So looking at this card in-game, where shall we begin when talking about the stats? Let's actually begin with the physicals. He's got 95 stamina, so should last the full game, no issues. Also a pretty good combination of strength and aggression of 80 and 81. Defensively, pretty good stats, to be honest, and that 90 stand tackle is definitely the standout there. Really nice dribbling for most part as well. Not brilliant agility, but pretty good. Nice ball control of 88, and then the passing stats look brilliant. 93 short passing, 92 vision. This guy's passing should be very nice from that midfield role. Long passing of 82 should be pretty good also. Shooting obviously isn't as good as some of the previous cards, but still 80 finishing isn't bad. And with the Hunter Kemp style boost, obviously he'll have 90 finishing in game, which is great. And then finally the pace, it looks alright. It doesn't look like it's going to be super rapid in game, but hopefully the Hunter Kemp style will help out with that, because obviously with that boost he does technically have 88 pace, so definitely should not feel slow. Anyway, let's get into some matches. Let's test this guy out. Game number 1 then, and we are up against an Mbappe and 3 foot freeze items. He's got Wan-Bissaka, Kappa, and also the brand new Aouar. So yeah, really nice side, to be fair. Oh, just realised I didn't even clock it at first, but it was Firmino with the opening tackle. Nice, Firmino, good interception. It feels really strange having him as a defensive mid. I'm so used to having him as a cam or a centre forward. Once again, off the kick-off. Firmino finding himself in a useful role. Here's a chance now. Firmino flicks it through to Gabriel Jesus, who tried to get it back to him, but Tavernier dealt with it. Here's Timo Werner, puts the ball through for Firmino, who's up against Wan-Bissaka here. Needs some support and finds it by way of Gabriel Jesus, who just like slams at his legs. Timo Werner slides it into the path of Firmino. Not many options in the box at all, if any. And we're going to have to battle Mendy for the ball here. Nice tackle there by Firmino. Can he find the right through ball to Timo Werner? It's a nice one. Play here. Firmino linking up with pretty much everyone. Sets Timo Werner through, who keeps the ball, puts it on the inside. Firmino will pick it up. Here's a chance. Can he find the man at the back stick? He's found Mane, who bangs it across goal and makes it 2-2. Well worked goal, that. Well, there's the whistle for half-time. It's 2-2 at the break. We took ourselves an early lead, but then my opponent came back, was 2-1 up, and then, we had to drag ourselves back into it, and we haven't done that. Pretty close game, though. Gabriel Jesus spots the run off Firmino, who's got a chance. Oh, just didn't pull the trigger initially, but then the second time round takes full advantage and gives us the lead. Nice, Firmino. Oh, maybe not. I mean, we've got the ball in the end, but it was a bit of a battle to do so. Oh, what a pass that was from Firmino. That was a great pass, and that might now produce a chance for Gabriel Jesus. Okay, so that is the end of that game. Not a bad little performance from Firmino at all. A goal and a assist, and he also made a few tackles and intercepts as well. So all in all, a pretty solid centre-mid performance. Okay then, after a couple of games with Firmino, what's the verdict on the card? Ultimately, very good. It is a very good item, that is for sure. The only issue with him is he's very expensive, and we will talk about the price in a few moments. But for now, let's do the stats. Let's break these down. Let's begin with his defensive capabilities. He's actually quite good. I liked his tackling ability, and I thought his interceptions were very good. He's not as strong, let's say, in the tackle as some other defensive options, but still, he is pretty solid. Physically, very happy with the card, won plenty of aerial duels, and his stamina was just great. He lasted the full 90 minutes with relative ease, even with him running around all 90 minutes long. He's got high work rate, and he's in that centre mid role for me, so he was active up and down the field. But as I said, his stamina held up, which is great. When it comes to dribbling, look, he's pretty good on the ball, but he's not as good as his informed card. You can definitely feel that in game, just not as agile, but still nice ball control, and for the most part, he's still very composed with the football, especially compared to some other defensive-minded midfielders, which is ultimately what this card is trying to represent, a more defensive Firmino. I thought his passing was excellent. That's probably one of the best things about him. I thought his short passing was top class, and I even thought his long passing was much better than the stats suggest, so we're really happy with that. And obviously with him having the 4-star weak foot, you can go off either foot for the most part, which is absolutely fantastic. In terms of shooting, I had no issues, to be honest. I thought his shooting was quite good. Is it good enough to play striker? Probably not, but for a mid, I think his shooting is up to a very good standard, which is great. And finally, how was his pace? Bearing in mind he had a Shadow Chem style on him, Hunter Chem style on him, sorry. I thought he was, pretty damn quick in game, so happy with that. Finally, the positioning. This was the only thing that made me a bit wary of him, to be honest. He likes to get forward. He's got high work rates and a high attack positioning stat. He does like to get forward, and at times that can leave a bit of space in midfield if you are subject to a counter-attack. So if you're using him in a 4-4-2, that's something to be aware of. If you're using him in a different formation, obviously that might not be as much of an issue. I actually think this guy would be perfect as the box-to-box option for a 4-2-3-1 formation team. In terms of links, obviously this card is pretty fantastic. You've got the standard Premier League links, you've got the Brazilian links, and of course that means you can link Neymar in 2 sides as well, which is great. So yeah, pretty useful card in terms of squad building, especially with him now in that centre mid role. He probably is the best Brazilian midfielder in the game as things stand, central midfielder anyway. So in summary, a very good item, but very good cards come with a premium cost, and at the time of recording, this SBC is coming in at, let me just refresh to make sure it's right, yeah, not 100, I wish it was 100, 840k according to Futbin right now, which is, yeah, that's a lot of coins. Do I think this card is worth that cost? I think it could be if you know you're going to use this card long term. However, with us coming up to Team of the Year, we could, in theory, see a lot more cards like this coming out in the very near future. Now, with this guy being in the Premier League, he does have, that quote-unquote Premier League tax on him, so he always is going to come at a premium, but, yeah, it's a very good card, and what I will say is, I don't think he's worth the 800k unless you know you're going to use him a lot throughout the year, because if you're not going to use him, obviously don't go for it, but yeah, it's a great card, but the 800k price tag for me just seems a bit too steep. As I say, I can see many better alternative midfielders coming out over the next few months, especially with Team of the Year right around the corner. So, yeah, great card, no doubt, but that price for me is a bit too steep. So unless you're made of money or are just a big Liverpool fan or fan of Firmino in general, I'd probably give this one a miss, but it is a good card, so yeah, it's a tough one, but the price just seems a bit too steep for me. But as I say, very nice item indeed. Anyway, I'm going to stop repeating myself now. We're going to wrap this video up. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please do leave a like rating on it. In the comments below, let me know your thoughts on the item. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments too. I'll be sure to answer all of them. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.